show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B. On Epis Sports Radio.
And swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That ball. It is gone. Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall.
Good task. I'm good. Hey, a very nice day today at work. Gonna be a good stream. How was your day, brother?
Eric Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
On Epis Sports Radio. Yeah, baby. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. This is episode 57 of Epis Sports. Got my boy, Dubby and I, right here next to me. Thank you for joining me, whether you're watching live or in post. Appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Task, what's going on, my man? Member of the Shiv Nation is here. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, not a Hall of Famer, apparently, Dub. If I don't know, apparently I don't know what a Hall of Famer is in the NFL anymore because Bill Belichick is not one. 8 Super Bowls altogether, 6 as a coach. Oh, no, 8 as a coach, obviously. 6 as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator. And doesn't make it. Not a first ballot Hall of Famer, Dub. Can you believe it? Now, I understand Eli Manning not getting in. We could talk about that a little. But Bill, really? Is it the Spygate and Deflategate was that much of an issue that, no, we're not letting him in, Dub? I can't believe it. What is the Hall of Fame anymore at this point? Brother, what's going on, bro? How's everything? How was your day?
Hey, Matty B. We're here, brother.
We
Feels
are
good.
here. Cheers.
So once we sit on that seat, man, there's nothing better than this. Belichick, Coach Belichick. Matty, man, the news dropped a couple of days ago, so I had a lot of time to process this. A lot of times I'm real laid back with things like that. You guys make a big deal. But obviously, Coach Belichick is the most successful coach as far as championship hardware goes in the history of the game. He's considered to be one of the greatest coaches of all time with the Lombardis and the Landrys and the Sulas and so forth. And in modern day, all these other guys, these guys coached 30 years ago and more, 50, right? Modern day. So for people, modern day sports fans, Belichick is the guy. He's the pinnacle of coaching, right? Okay, so now they've been discussions on why. We've heard the main reason is because they've looked at the Patriots as cheaters. Is that what you're hearing, Matty?
Right. That's simply what it is. As the rumors as to why he didn't receive the 40 out of 50 votes needed to get in.
Right, because they're not going to have a press conference and say, this is why, because we got anonymous voters and, that whole fit part of it kind of irks people and pisses people off too, right?
I did hear one voter, and I'm forgetting the name of the guy. If I could find it during the show, I'll pop it up. But he spoke about how he voted for other members that were on the ballot that were on the ballot. It wasn't their first time, second. These are guys that, this is a bit of their last chance. So he decided to vote for them, knowing that Bill would ultimately get in, whether it be second or third year or something like that. So that's an interesting take. But I look at Bill as if there's anybody that's a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer, much like a Derek Jeter, much like what Ichiro should have been, all those types of guys. Tom Brady, I would think right, Ichiro was.
Unanimous.
I would think, Tom Brady, would be an absolute lock for a number one.
Now we're going to question that.
Right. What does this have? What does this mean for his future in the Hall of
But I
Fame
mean,
ballot? You know, like,
Maddie, I thought about it hard. You know, I'm not the most clean cut straight guy. You know, I've walked a little wobbly line in my life before, but I do respect rules and I respect regulations and law. At the end of the day, whether I follow or not, I know there's consequences if I don't. You know, and the Patriots during their Spygate scandal, when you think about it, it's been 20 years, Matt.
Yeah.
Since they've been exposed, 19 to be exact, 2007. That scandal, as time goes by, they won afterwards. So we kind of, all right, you guys are good. We get it. Leading into the scandal popping off, they already had won 3 Super Bowl championships. Okay? After the Spygate, they won 3 more, and then, you know, do Deflategate in there, which was a little bit more kind of a funny. But Spygate was really egregious, man. It was bad. And then on top of it, the commissioner buried the evidence. You know, and they kind of walked away into the sunset. I know people call them cheaters once in a while, like they call the Astros cheaters, not as much as they call Bonds and Clemens cheaters, who are not in the hall, which is another hall, but it's the hall nonetheless. Yeah. The same way we look at these institutions the same. Even though I know it's a different institution, but we look at it as fans, and that's what we're talking about, our opinion. The Patriots, I'm going to read something, Matt.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Spygate 07. You know, quick little brief. The NFL found the Patriots illegally videotaped opposing coaches' signals from unauthorized locations, resulting in head coach Bill Belichick being fined the maximum permitted $500,000 and the team being fined $250,000. The investigation revealed the practice was more extensive than initially disclosed, with allegations of spying on up to 40 games between 2000 and 2007. That's fucking bad, brother. We forgot about it. We kind of put it to the side. They won. They continue. I have a lot of respect for the Patriot organization. I'm a Jet fan. Sometimes I'm a Titan fan too. But yeah. Robert Saleh, baby. But that's another story. But Matt, me bringing that back up to you, isn't it like, oh yeah, that was pretty bad?
It's bad, but I will say this. I do think in all sports, and before we had this type of tech, you know, there was always teams, there was always coaches, there was always organizations trying to find ways to cheat, trying to find ways to get an edge. Right. Right. I was about to use the word, and I switched it to a cheat, and I'm glad you said it. It was getting an edge. Right. Because that's what that's the athletic, you know. It's part of athletics. It's part of, you know, just competitive sport. You know, it's a thing.
But there's levels to it, though.
There is, no doubt. And what they did was pretty damn egregious, no doubt. But, you know, again, proven the winner. Now, you know, is that any different than, you know, a Pete Rose, you know, gambling on games? Is that any different than a guy using steroids?
Every incident is individual. Every incident should be an individual incident, but a lot of times doesn't matter. It's what really happens. We always say it should be this way, but should don't mean shit.
How about this one? How about this one for you? A recent one, Carlos Beltran getting into the Hall of Fame, you know, and, you know, we know, you know, his, you know, involvement with the Houston Astros and the banging of the trash cans and him being a ringleader and all of that.
Baseball, the thing about baseball's Hall of Fame, they totally already hosed it up.
NFL I would agree with you that. I would agree with you that.
NFL still had more. It took baseball's place as
So is this the first step in the change of the Hall of Fame direction? Like, does Bill not get in now?
I think we forgot one thing, Matt, and I'm gonna get them ears perking. I'm gonna get your spiders. Remember, Terrell Owens had to wait 3 years to get in the Hall. Okay. And they said his antics.
And that's T.O.
It hurt his team.
You could break down his stats all day.
This is the second or third greatest wide receiver that's ever played. He, along with Randy Moss, are in that hollowed area right underneath the great Jerry Rice. These three, Randy Moss and Terrell Owens,
Yeah.
he took the Eagles to a Super Bowl. He played in the Super Bowl with a broken fibula. He risked his career. So he was this bad team guy. The 49ers played well with everyone played well with him. So I know they had their thing for him. They had hots for him because he was the way he was, you know. But he never got in trouble off the field. He never got in trouble on the field.
Right.
Belichick never got in trouble off the field. But the Spygate, then another one, Matt, real quick. I know we talk about edges, but videotaping Super Bowl walkthroughs is a hell of an edge, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, my brother? Come on, man. They taped the Super Bowl walkthrough with the Rams. Okay.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, you still got to put the boots on the ground. You still got to run the plays. You still got to do it. I get it, and you're right. It is one hell of an edge, bro. No doubt.
Okay. Here goes another one. We're gonna go Deflategate, but other incidents. Reports emerged of other questionable practices.
I didn't like that. But
it was, but they were lying and they were breaking the rules after they did the other shit, and that's after they were protected by Goodell.
Benefited them, but like, okay, whatever. Like,
it did benefit them. They got them an edge. It's probably not as big as an edge as videotaping. Agreed. And if they just did Deflategate from the beginning and there was no Spygate, nobody would care.
Right.
But it's the fact is who it was. Right, so we'll go to Deflategate, but back to the videotaping. Reports emerged of other questionable practices, such as stealing opponents' play sheets from locker rooms and jamming opposing coaches' radio communication lines. That's gamesmanship. I'll chalk that up. A later incident in 2019, a latest incident in 2019 involved the team production crew filming the Cincinnati Bengals sideline, which the team claimed was an oversight by the crew. And they were fined for that too. And Belichick said he didn't know. They fined Robert Kraft $500,000 for that. Jeez. A lot of this, the Spygate stuff, it hurt the relationship between Kraft and Bill. A lot of things hurt their relationship. We can get into that because this is a story that hasn't been completed because Brady's going to be eligible for the Hall. The Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. Belichick is still an active coach with his hot girlfriend. Maddie, back to the Deflategate. Yes, the Deflategate, the Patriots, I believe, I don't know I don't have the exact stat. Damn, I wish I had it for you. But Tom Brady, Tom Brady was fumbling. They were not fumbling the football when they had the deflated footballs. Okay, their fumble stats went down considerably.
Okay,
so
that's interesting. I didn't hear about that one.
Right, and the footballs that were deflated, only they used them. The only way the defense was going to touch them if they intercepted it or stripped them. They were their footballs, and at this time, the NFL, everyone was allowed to use their footballs, and they would bring them to the proper officials before the game, and they would check whatever. But I guess they weren't checking the balls well enough. They believe. Tom said, remember they had the guy, the deflator or the deflatinator, whatever the guy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And he was in Brady's phone. They seized Brady's phone.
Yeah.
And as ridiculous as the Deflategate was, and we laughed, this shit is hilarious, even the name. And it was so goofy. It's a goofiness to it. But they lied. They tried to protect their integrity with lies. And it's not possible because integrity has no lies. And I think the holier than thou powers that be remembered this and knew they were going to get him back. I don't know if I think they're going to get in the Hall still. They better. They should.
Well, that's what I'm questioning. Yeah.
First ballot, fuck it. I'm cool with it. T.O. waited 3 years. The third year, when he was invited, he didn't do the Hall of Fame at Canton. He went to his hometown of Chattanooga. He had his own ceremony. He was really in his feelings about it. And no one gave him the attention that he deserved for getting snubbed, because I think this is the second snub. Because I know it's probably bigger. Belichick's a bigger name and more success as far as the hardware. And, but T.O. shouldn't have gotten snubbed, and no one gave a shit. This is not the first incident. of the NFL controlling who they like and don't like and making it decide that who goes in home.
Well, I tell you this much, and I agree with you. It's all good points, and I really dig you hit a lot there. I are really interested to see what happens with Brady now, because if they vote Brady in, then I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
Then I
Then
don't
it
agree
throws
with this.
everything in.
It throws
Yes.
this shit out the window. That's just some weird vendetta that's going on with whoever it is
Right,
that
with
decided to vote.
against Belichick. Right.
Right, because Brady was just as much as involved, especially with Deflategate.
100%.
I don't know with
And
Spygate the situation, but with Deflategate,
Robert Kraft
indeed.
is in, is he not? Is Robert Kraft in?
I
believe he
don't
is.
know. We can check. Is he? I
I'll
feel
find
like
out. Damn, I should have had that
I'll
ready.
check right. No, I got right now.
All right, my
It's
friend.
okay. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but
We're
go
not
ahead.
expected to know
I don't want you
everything.
to forget what you were saying.
No, I mean, listen, it's simple. Like they have to follow suit with Tom Brady.
There has to be some kind of order and
he can't get in
consistency.
on the first year. Then he's got the same amount of accolades
Right.
that
Right.
Belichick
Just one more
does.
ring, yeah. One more Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right, okay. I'll give it. Yeah, you're right about that. So that's interesting in itself. And kudos to Brady. Obviously, phenomenal career.
Right.
Probably the best of all time, right? Certainly up there. How he doesn't get in, I mean, it has to be because of Deflategate and Spygate, all right? It has to be. Otherwise, what are we doing with this whole Bill situation? How, and I don't, the reason being is it's kind of like a formality, because he's going to get in, right? Unless you're going to bar him completely.
Matthew, the man is still coaching. He could come back in the league tomorrow. We don't, I mean, they probably won't, but I think we have to.
I mean, you're right, that too. Does that change anything? That changes things, right?
I don't know the exact parameters, and I think you can coach, I'm sure, and still be a Hall of Famer. He won't be the first one. I think Joe Gibbs came back as a Hall of Fame coach in our era from the Commanders.
No, Robert Kraft is not in a Hall of Fame, by the way.
Okay, so perfect. That perfect. So now we definitely have to play the waiting game, correct?
Yeah. He apparently he was a finalist for this Hall of Fame, for this class of 2026. And widely considered a top candidate. Yeah.
You want to hear this, the finalist?
Sure, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. Willie Anderson from the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1996, 2007 left tackle. Drew Brees. Jahari Evans, guard from the Saints, 12-year guard. Larry Fitzgerald, 16-year wide receiver, Cardinals, of course. Frank Gore.
Larry didn't get in?
No, he's a finalist.
Wow.
Remember,
Wait,
this
so they're
list,
still
we
voting?
don't know who's in yet.
Oh, they're
we
still
don't know
voting.
who's in.
Okay, right.
Belichick not getting in was leaked. Okay? The class of 2006 will be publicly unveiled on February 5th.
Okay. I thought I didn't know that. I thought that was like these were official announcements.
We can't hold with this internet. We can't hold no water. So we have the, and once again, the public knowing things. Sometimes it's not for the best. Knowing things prematurely is not for the best.
I agree.
All right.
So you got Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees. You got some good names there.
Yeah,
and Robert Kraft, apparently.
Right, Eli Manning. These are just the players, though. But I have a different list for those. Terrell Suggs, Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne. Yeah, good players. Kevin Williams, defensive tackle. Jason Witten. Darren Woodson's doing 50 years for the R word. He's never going to get in. No, not Darren Woodson. I'm saying Darren Woodson. I confused Darren Woodson with is that the same corner? No, it's the other guy, the other safety who went to prison. My bad, Darren Woodson. I'm sorry. And then Marshall Yandy. Who's that? The pervert guy, yo.
I don't know.
He was like a serial assaulter. But anyway, man, I'm gonna find out. I fucked up and said.
All right,
Darren
but those
Woodson.
are some pretty damn good candidates. Those are really good candidates. What do you think about that? Just real quick, Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees. Vinatieri too, you said?
Yes, Vinatieri.
Yeah, what do you
Just
think?
Jeff
I mean,
Harris.
those are three top. I think Drew Brees for sure. I like and Larry. I'd have to look at the stats, but I think Larry's
No,
was
yeah,
top
for
wide
sure. Of course
receiver.
he is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Like
Without a
Lock.
doubt.
Yeah,
And then you got players in the trenches that don't get as much notoriety who are Hall of Famers as
Mm.
well. Like Willie Anderson from the Bengals. He's a big time offensive lineman. You got players, waiting. People are gonna, like you said, so Luke Kuechly was a great player for 8 years. Torrijos. Frank Gore's the third all-time rusher in the NFL. He's been on the ballot for a while. Maybe because he's a compiler, maybe because of this, but he is. Let me see, Frank Gore. Where is he on the all-time rushing list? I know he's in the top 4, man.
I'll check.
Can you check that out for me? You're probably faster than me.
Yeah, I'll check. He's third all time in the NFL
All
career
time,
at
right.
16,000 yards, trailing only
That's
Emmett
crazy.
Smith and Walter Payton.
All right.
Yeah.
Third. And he's been eligible for a while, maybe because some people call him a compiler or because of this or that, whatever. They have a reason, but we don't have obviously at this point, what we don't have is a set criteria because all we're hearing is rumblings.
Bro, he is the all-time NFL leader in games played by a running back.
Yeah, they don't
Frank
care.
Gore.
They shit on him. They shit
That's
on him.
why they look at that as a compiler. But like, yo,
Yeah,
he's
but
phenomenal.
at the same time,
I mean,
you're
that's
right.
amazing
Getting hit
to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting hit for 17 years.
Yeah, bro. Like that in itself is an achievement. Like, yo, that guy has
I appreciate
longevity.
that. Oh, you look at it, they play a lot of games. And
Yeah, that's such a weird way to look at that position. Because
but
especially
Luke Kuechly's
nowadays.
a finalist. Luke Kuechly's a finalist. He played 7 years, and you're like, this guy, what did he do? He was all pro, like 5 of them or 6 of them. And then, man, bro, I think that the field goal posts are moved a lot when it comes to these things, these subjective topic, this subjective topic and these opinions, because it's opinion.
How many years did Emmett Smith play? Because he had 18,000 and 355 yards. Let me
probably
check
14 seasons.
Yeah.
I would guess. He came out in 89 or 90, and he left like
he played
03.
15 seasons, so that's
15.
not much.
Same as Larry.
And like that's phenomenal.
Same as Frank, I mean.
Right? Like that's phenomenal.
And right. And
To
Fitzgerald
do
plays
18,000 is just ridiculous. But
right. They don't appreciate it.
yeah, that's weird about Gore, though, man. Like he's up there. It's not even like he's not up there.
Right. He's not ninth or anything.
Yeah, he's not 9, maybe 10, 15, 10 to 15th or something like that.
He's ahead of legends. He's ahead of Eric Dickerson. He's ahead of
Adrian Peterson.
He's ahead of Adrian Peterson. He's ahead of Marshall Faulk. He's ahead of legends.
That's interesting. I loved watching Frank Gore. Frank Gore is just you knew consistency, man, of consistency. You knew what he was getting.
Yep. He only got you 4.2 a carry, maybe. They didn't like that.
Right, and I guess that's where you look at the compiler thing, but man, like not for nothing, that there's something to be said for that as well. Like you said,
especially in this violent game, right?
Yeah, man. It's one thing like I feel like in basketball, basketball with like points, like you're just a guy, fucking 20 seasons. Not that it happens a lot, but what I'm saying, like 15, 20 seasons,
But even those guys after a while, they score a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
You give it to him. Like we can say what we want about Carmelo. He's in the top 10 all-time scorer, and
right. Yeah, Carmelo's gonna be overlooked. That's a segment for another day, bro. You and me gotta do a Carmelo segment for another day.
After a while, you needed to marinate after they're done playing and let it marinate. Yeah. Kind of like, but they really let Spygate marinate and bring it back up 19 years later to stick them with.
Listen, it's fascinating. I don't want to spend the whole show on it, but it really is interesting. We love Bill here on Epis Radio. If you don't know,
we do.
And two Jets fans. I was just about to say 2 Jets fans. I love Bill. And truly, I
We're not ready
honestly,
for
I
Bill to go
did.
anywhere. We want to see Bill on TV.
I
We want to see
really
coaches.
did. Let me tell you, as a Jet fan growing up, there was something about watching Bill and just watching him in his post game presses. It's like, you hated him kind of because he was the enemy. He was the guy that, and especially when it came to the Jets, he loved to beat the Jets.
He
Loved to
really
just,
was like
you know,
the Emperor, like on Star Wars. He
no
really was
doubt.
like Darth Vader, bro,
But
with the cut
man,
sleeves and the hoodie. And
I loved
sailing.
it. The hoodie, the classic Bill hoodie, just the whole aura of Bill. I mean, it was nothing like it. It really wasn't.
And he was
you know,
really a gangster, bro.
he
Like,
was.
I mean, the deeper we go into his relationship with Tom and Rob Kraft, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they can't change what they, even though it didn't go finish the right way or whatever have you, but they can't change what they did together. So even though if they have begrudging or resentment or anything with each other, at the end of the day, you guys are stuck together. You could forever. You guys have to find a way to like each other a little bit. It's hard to hate a guy
Right.
that you had that much success with, no matter what happened after. You can't forget it. Even though Bill wanted to get rid of Tom a million times for a million different guys, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo or even Jacoby Brissett, or he wanted to draft this guy, or he wanted Matt Castle to stay, or whatever. And
Yeah,
Tom going upstairs telling Rob Kraft.
It's changed a little bit with Billy. All right, if you take a look at the screen, Dub, it's changed a little bit because of Jordan Hudson. He's gotten a little soft. It's not the same old Bill anymore, all right? It's not the hoodie Bill that we're used to anymore, coaching in college. All right, the young lady has changed him, But I hope that Bill finds his way back to the NFL.
And I hope this doesn't do his lifestyle. He doesn't have anything to do with any of these old dudes hating on him or whatever. We don't. Bob Kraft's been arrested before, bro. Bill's never been. All right. Okay. No, but what's the criteria? What are the rules? We have to have consistency when we say, because I was never a guy who wanted Bonds and Clemens out. I always felt like, because the reason I said earlier in the show, Maddie, I said, listen, baseball already hosed up there. They don't have any fucking integrity as far as letting their guys in the hall, because they got steroid guys in there. First of all, Bonds and Clemens, we know they probably did it, but they never been suspended. They never were caught with the stuff, never popped on a test, any of that, right? But you got guys who have steroid innuendo and steroid all over them, steroid cloud on them, or in the hall, whether it's a David Ortiz or Ivan Rodriguez or even a Mike Piazza who was in reports before. And at the end of the day, we're looking at it like, are we serious? It's all stupid. Let him be. But if they want to punish Bill a little bit and not let him get it on the first or second try like they did T.O., I don't have a problem with it, because he did worse than Terrell Owens. There has to be some kind of order and standard. And like I said, some kind of guidelines. And we don't have any anymore because they're getting moved around.
No doubt about it. No, but this is certainly interesting. And again, I think, what does this mean for Brady? I mean, you can't just automatically put him in on the first year, because otherwise it throws this out the window,
If you make them all wait, we shouldn't even have a problem with any of this. We're saying, okay, we understand. But if they pick and choose now,
Do you know when Brady is eligible? Is he eligible next season? Like, what's going on?
5 years.
5 years now? So how long is it been?
After his last game. Rivers was going to be eligible this year until he screwed it up.
So he would be...
Next year, maybe.
2028.
Okay. I don't know how they decide when coaches are eligible, because players is 5 years out the league. I don't know how it works with coaches, because Bill hasn't been out the NFL for 5 years.
Yeah, it's 5 consecutive seasons for players.
How about coaches?
Maybe it's probably the same.
Bill hasn't been gone that long.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. It's very short. Why is that the case? That's so weird. Apparently, a quick little
I see it.
AI
Go for it.
overview. Apparently, a coach in the NFL only needs to be retired for one season,
1 year.
one full season.
Crazy.
Yeah. Why that
Recent
is the
rule
case?
changes it says as well.
Yeah. It was reduced from 5 years to one full season. But why is that the case for coaches and not players? I don't, why I don't understand that. I guess
They have a lot of different.
well,
when
maybe
you look at
because the
those
players
bullets,
can come back. But so
go
can
ahead and
Bill.
look at those bullets.
Bill's
Matty.
not retired.
Look at those. Right. Look at those bullets underneath that little. The waiting period must be at least one full season. Any person can submit a nomination for a coach. A specialized committee narrows down candidates to one final coach nominee for the final vote.
Interesting. Well, again, I think we're all in agreement that Coach Belichick deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. It's now going to be interesting going forward to see whether or not he actually does get into the Hall of Fame, or how long it's going to take for him to get into the Hall of Fame.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. Real quick. This is going to help add to what you're saying. 5 coaches have become first ballot Hall of Famers. The last one was Don Shula in '97, but it's Shula, Chuck Noll from the Steelers, Tom Landry, Dallas, Curly Lambeau from the Packers, and George Halas.
Okay.
So even the great Lombardi wasn't even a first-time Hall of Famer. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Coach Lambeau, has some good ones. But yeah, you're right. That's crazy. How is Lombardi not? I don't know.
He won 7. They probably had beef with him.
Right.
He died suddenly. I think he was retired 1 year. He left the game, was going to come back. And he died suddenly of a heart attack.
How he's not a first ballot, though. That's crazy.
It's not. And this guy won 8 NFL championships in 9 years in the 60s and 50s, I believe. Something like that.
But again, moving on, it's certainly going to be interesting to see what happens with him moving forward, whether or not he does get into it, whether or not, or how long it's going to take for him to get into. And same goes for Tom Brady. I mean, now I would think, and people, I'm sure, as you think, people are in uproar about Bill. I'm sure they're going to lose their shit if Brady doesn't get in. First ballot.
But if Brady not getting in, it would lend credence to this ruling.
It would, and I think it's actually only right.
Support this ruling. It's only right now. Like we said, they have to be together. They're like the 3 amigos. These two. I think they don't like each other. They are joined at the hip.
Yeah.
Grandpa, the dad, and the son.
Now if you're gonna feed me the argument that it's because Brady was an actual player. He meant more to the game. He had more of an impact.
No.
I don't know if I can really justify that. But
no.
In regards to what we're referring to, because I would have had Bill regardless of Spygate and Deflategate as a first ballot. So, but now we're going on these parameters. Yeah, it changes my perspective a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Before it happened, first time. But thinking about it and looking at how much he got away with it and how we forgot about it, and going back now, 19 years later, and reading it, it's pretty bad stuff. From when I was 20 years old.
But again, it's like a formality.
Reading it now it is, but he's got to take a little bit of a spanking. He never got a spanking for it. They want to spank him a little bit. It's the American way.
Yeah, we know. All right. Hey, check out my last episode of Mental Mondays. It's definitely the American way.
Go spanking. It comes to territory, bro. They didn't get in trouble, bro. And they got all of the accolades and all of the confetti. A couple little fine. Kraft, it really bothers Kraft that people still call them cheaters. It really gets on.
Yeah.
And he has resentment to Bill because of this. But he still had made a statement out saying, hey, listen, he defended Bill as well. So.
Uh,
To be a Hall of
moving
Famer. Both
forward,
of them did.
there's
Both of
still
them
a
did.
little NFL football going on. Obviously, now
A little
we
bit.
know a little bit. Now we know the Super Bowl matchup, and lo and behold, Sam Darnold, Seattle Seahawks, and the good old New England Patriots, the very own New England Patriots that the Bill Belichick loves so very much, and good old Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl yet again. All right, with Drake May at the helm. Gonna be interesting. We're gonna, have plenty of time to dissect that matchup and all that. Upcoming February 3rd, we have the Pro Bowl. Does anybody care? Not really, but still got to mention it. Taking place in San Francisco, California. Shedeur Sanders getting elected to the Pro Bowl, and a lot of discussion about that over the last couple of days. You're hearing a lot of trolls online. Why? Doesn't deserve it, this and that. What the Pro Bowl is meaningless. Dub, what is your take on the whole situation? Is it a knock on Shador? Is it just the NFL trying to, you know, find viewers for the Pro Bowl and make a little money on the side?
That might
Did
be
they
the
have no
reason.
choice? You
But I
know,
mean, the Pro Bowl, even more than the Hall of Fame, it's totally lost its luster and any credibility.
mm,
Being a Pro Bowler of the game or being named to the game is all gone. It's been gone. So it's not like we're talking about it's the 1997 Pro Bowl, and first of all, back when guys got paid in the NFL, when they would go through the proper negotiations, Pro Bowl would be one of the things they would use to
yeah.
get money. Like, you can't use that now. Oh, I was
Hmm.
a Pro Bowler. No one gives a shit. It doesn't fly. Um, they ask 8 guys to do it. They all say no. The ninth kid says yes. He happens to be Deion Sanders' kid, flamboyant kid, or lightning rod kid, and everyone goes up in arms on it. I mean, Maddie, they're gonna play dodgeball and volleyball in the sand. That's what they're gonna go there for. Who cares? Like you said originally, is the Pro Bowl's meaningless. Some people think it, and I think, yeah, and I'm one of those people. Who on this stream is gonna tune in to the Pro Bowl this weekend?
I don't know, but certainly not me.
Shador being
Yeah.
there will get more viewers than if I don't know the Panthers quarterback is there or
Mm.
whoever. It's just is what it is. The NFL is a business, and they're in entertainment too. As well as sports and entertainment. And Shador's an entertainer, and he's gonna be there. People are gonna want to see him. So I don't. And as far as people saying, "Oh, he should turn it down," but what? Turn down what? Tyler Huntley was in the Pro Bowl before. The
Well,
Ravens backup quarterback, and he was a backup. He had scored. He played. He started 3 games as well when he made the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is not what it was. It's not. It's the most unimportant All-Star game in American sports.
I will say this.
I don't think. I don't.
I will say this: the
I think
players
probably
do
the odds
make a pretty penny for the
the Pro
NFL
Bowl,
Pro Bowl.
but as far as contract negotiations, are you going to bet? Oh, but I made the Pro Bowl. Is that going to change if a guy didn't make it and he had the same numbers or comparable numbers?
I think it helps on the resume. I do.
It doesn't help like it used to.
Nah, maybe not because it's less credibility. I mean, it's become like a glorified flag football game, and that's where the problem lies. Much like the
Yeah.
NBA, nobody really cares about the NBA All-Star game anymore because they don't play anymore. It's not real basketball.
Right.
And a lot of guys choose to opt out and or don't
But
really
at least the
participate.
NBA All-Star game, at least the NBA All-Star game, the rosters are smaller and they really get all of the best players to come.
Not
Even
all
though
the time, though. Not all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't make the All-Star? Who
No,
turns
not
down the
all the
All-Star
time.
game? They turn the Olympics down.
Some
Who
people don't
turns-
play.
They're hurt.
Some people
They
choose not to
come.
play. They come, but some
They're
people choose
hurt,
not to
or
play.
they say they're hurt. They don't want, but they come. They
All
love
right,
to
yeah,
play. I'm not going out there.
because it's a spectacle. I get it.
Okay,
But
that's what I'm saying. It has more. It's more than the NBA. If you're making NBA
listen,
All Star team,
the
forget about
NFL
the
Pro
game. The
Bowl,
actual
bro.
game.
If you're not, you make the winner of the NFL Pro Bowl in 2024 wins $88,000. I'm sorry, I know these guys make money, but you know, that's a lot of money for one game. That means
Yeah, you
absolutely
talk about 50,
nothing.
and they have 50 guys. That's no doubt. But once again, I'm talking about the contract and saying I'm a Pro Bowler, having that title attached to your name. It's not like being on the All Pro team or I'm an All Pro or Offensive Player of the
No,
Year.
yeah, you
It
have to
is.
really make
It
those all
used to
pros to be
be.
significant. Yeah.
It used to be right a notch below All Pro. Like they had 2 wide receivers, then they had 5 Pro Bowl wide receivers, the 2 All Pro receivers, and 3 other guys. You were top receiver in the league. Now, JS, we're lucky Puka gonna be there. We're lucky. He
Hmm.
gonna play volleyball in the sand and shit. They don't even play the game, man. That's all I'm saying. The NBA All-Star game is whack too, and so is MLB. But the game and the selection process still has more credence. It still has more. Still has more oomph to it. Like there's only 13 NBA All-Stars, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be the best players. LeBron is gonna. I mean, LeBron, Tatum's hurt. Wemby, and they all will be there. I don't know who's gonna
Honestly,
play or not. They're all gonna be there, man.
the superior All Star game is in the is it's probably baseball. NHL's really good too. They play, but they kind of like play late. The early stages is much like an NBA game where like they're moving, but they're not really out for blood. But they play for real late in games, and which is interesting to see, especially when it's the best of the best. Baseball, it is always from start to finish. Guys are playing. Which is why
Right.
I
It's
love
just the
that
way the
sport.
game is played.
Which
Yeah,
I love that.
because you don't have no choice. You're
But
not gonna go up there and hack it,
I hate
and
the criticism that has been aimed at Shador Sanders. For one, not for nothing, looking at everything and what everything that he went through, I actually think he is deserving. To be honest with you, I actually do believe he did perform well enough to have an invite. Now I get it; he's not the first option, and that's fine. Like if guys are
he
turning
wasn't.
it down, and the NFL is left to nothing but they have to still put on a show. They still have to put a product out there. And hey, listen, maybe that's on the other players that turned it down. You don't respect the game that much. You don't respect the pageantry of an all-star game. Then so be it. Let somebody else go make $88,000 then. Let somebody else go on a little mini vacation and get paraded around, and fine. But don't get on X and and FB and IG and all this shit and start throwing hate towards Shador. Shador's had enough hate. He's been through enough, man. And he actually, in my eyes, performed well. I think this guy can actually play in this league. If Sam Darnold could make a fucking Super Bowl, then Shador Sanders can be a competent quarterback in this league. And I think he will be.
The Sam Darnold shade, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've seen Sammy at his worst.
Yeah, he wasn't. He's always been decent. Yeah, he's always
No,
been
no,
decent.
no. No, he hasn't. That's a lie.
What, the Ghost game? That's one game. His
That's not
rookie year,
one game. He was not good. And, that's, listen, we can talk about that. We
that was
debate that
our
all
fault.
day. Yes, it was probably the Jets' fault and probably the organization and the
We're
coaching
going
and
to
all
talk
that.
about this stuff, guys,
Like
because we're going to go do a
that's
lot of shows this
right.
week. Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not going to break all that down tonight. But it's,
No.
and
I
I
just
get
didn't want
it.
to
I
catch
hear,
a stray right now. Damn, bro. Sam Darnold.
But it's not like, let's be real. You what? Right now, you're going to say where Shador is at after what he was able to do this year and show you that glimpse of hope that he's not capable of being in a Super Bowl one day? That's nonsense.
They look
If
at the Pro
Sam
Bowl as
Darnold,
this Pro Bowl as this thing that it's not. That's the problem, bro. That I'm talking about the public, the general sports public, the way they're looking at it.
Yeah,
It's
their
not.
perception of it is
Please.
definitely skewed.
And
Yeah.
maybe they want it to be, especially because it's Shador. You know how much of a lightning rod he is. But please continue, Matt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just, stop hating on the guy, for being. You got to understand first as to why he's there in the first place. It's not his fault. Yeah, he's not rightfully the guy that should have been there. There was other candidates before him that were more, deserving of it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, he shouldn't be there either. It's just you got to look at the bigger picture of things. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So that's where I'm going with that.
The former Colorado Buffalo ended up starting a team-high 7 games for the Browns, finishing with a 3-4 record, including wins over the Raiders, Bengals, and postseason-bound Steelers.
Yeah.
In 8 appearances in his rookie season, Sanders completed 56.6% of his passes for 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a 68 passer rating.
Yeah, you don't love the 10 interceptions, but
production.
It is. It is. It's not. It's not.
I didn't know his
terrible.
numbers were that productive.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The rating's not great. He's a rookie. 1,400
but you gotta
yards.
remember, he was under a lot. Those first 2 games, you know what I'm saying? Like, had to get his feet wet. After all the freaking the news and what he went through, bro. This guy at the beginning of the season was not even dressing.
Yeah,
he was like the 5th quarterback.
You're really on the Shador train right now. You really you had enough. Leave this kid alone, right?
Yeah, man.
Enough.
I mean, it pisses me off because of his father, and his father probably didn't help his situation out.
He's getting out of hand. When you look at it, what did he do wrong? Really, he's been quiet. He's been
honestly,
he
handled himself. He handled himself very professionally this year.
In the NFL, absolutely.
Yes, he did.
Hell yeah. None of that college bullshit.
He didn't speak out, because that's what it seemed like was going to happen.
He could have said things.
Yeah, he could have said things. He kept quiet. He just, this is what it is.
He outlasted Stefanski. He outlasted him.
Yep.
So,
and he showed him. And he showed Stefanski that,
I can play.
He ended up being their best option towards the end. So it's like
I think he's gonna be good next year with a year under his belt and knowing how fast the league is, the experience.
I agree.
Because you can tell. Yeah,
I agree.
God bless you. Go ahead, young man.
Yeah, man.
I agree with you, man. I feel you. I felt your energy. You've had enough of the Shador shit. You never were like that on him before. Like you went after Shador at times.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I enjoyed watching his. I enjoyed watching his growth and his handling of himself and, on and off the field. And, his father kind of, went in the background this year. There was not a lot of headlines about him. And I think that helped. I really think that helped, and he handled it properly. He handled it the right way. And listen, like I said, there's a lot of quarterback talent in this league. He is not the worst. I'm not saying he's the best either, or if he's ever going to be in a Super Bowl. But if Sam Darnold, could find his way, and it's not a knock on Sammy. This is a phenomenal Seahawk team, all around. And Sam has found his home, but he's a journeyman. He's been around the block. Sam has learned.
Right.
He wasn't always this way, and he's learned, and kudos to him. And I actually think he's got a strong shot at winning a Super Bowl, my early thoughts on it are probably leaning more towards the Seahawks than the Patriots. We'll see. But yeah, could you imagine, a Sam Darnold winner in the Super Bowl? Moving forward, I don't want to, we're not going to be on here for too much longer. Been going for 55 minutes now. I do want to talk about a little basketball. Obviously, the trade rumors locally with Giannis Antetokounmpo. coming out, talking about it, saying how he's ready for a trade, he's ready for a move. The trade rumors are
I'm
picking
ready for a move.
up, Dub.
I don't want to call it trade. I don't like that word. I don't want to call trade. I don't like that word. He's incredible. What a interview. What a sound bite. Yo, he's great.
Bro, tell me not. Wouldn't he be perfect in New York media? Like, they would
I
eat
don't
that
know,
shit
man.
up, man. They
I
would
don't
eat
know,
it up,
bro.
Dub, bro.
Because when Evan was talking about it earlier, Evan was talking about Giannis when he said the failure thing. Remember the failure soundbite?
Yeah.
When they asked him about the season being a failure. What is a failure? You change your job. And he started breaking it down.
Yeah, I love that
It's like, yo,
soundbite, too. It's a good one. Yeah.
It is. You should book. Can we get that up?
I can find it. Yeah. Hold on.
When the guy asked me, he said, Chris, you go do your job. You go home every day, you feed your family. You don't get the story you want. Are you failure? But oh man. So they've talked about there's 4 finalists for Giannis. Since we're talking today's a finalist day, we have Pro Bowl finalists and Hall of Fame finalists. So this is the finalists for Giannis. It's the Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, and the Toronto Raptors. And those are the teams that are where the rumblings are coming from, Matty B.
Okay. And yeah, listen.
Giannis has particularly said he would not mind playing in Toronto. The international player would not mind crossing the border to go to Canada.
But his preferred destination, as far as we know, is New York.
Yeah. New York, Miami too.
I think the preferred is New York. I think he's been saying, he said that, loves coming here. By the way, I have it here for you guys now. Here's the soundbite for good old.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me?
The other 9 years was a failure?
I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not. Some days it's your turn, some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year, somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball, and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one.
You're forgetting one thing. Don't let them talk.
No.
So, Giannis is probably going to get the most, I would say, compared to Jalen Brunson. I would think Giannis would get the most availability to talk to the media. But at the end of the day, it's going to be buttoned up, you know what I'm saying? And he knows. So Dolan don't play that shit, man. Don't let his players talk, He might go on the podcast with JB and Josh Hart, and talk some shit. Apparently they've been given, free reign to do that. Yeah.
If Josh Hart survives a Giannis trade.
No, he will. Josh ain't going nowhere. You think Josh should be a part of that deal? No way.
I think the Pistons are going to the NBA Finals still. So a lot of things I think. I don't know until it happens.
Do you really think so?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think if the Knicks do not make a move, like as significant as getting Giannis, or if they don't go after Giannis, if they stay stagnant and they don't shake things up, I would agree with you.
I can see the Knicks playing the Celtics and going 7 with them and maybe getting hit hell with them. Even might even lose. Mm-hmm. But beating them and then going off because the Pistons are going to run away with that top seed.
You think so?
Yeah, it's happening. When we had that little discussion, they were 2 games up or whatever, but they're trying to get Michael Porter Jr. They're trying to make a couple of moves. They have a thing for the perennial teams in the East, whether it's Boston or New York or even Cleveland. Pistons really hate all of them. These guys are supposed to be better than us. We'll kick all of their asses. Yeah. This is a young team with a chip on their shoulder, and they're coming.
Well, I would agree with you, and they've certainly been the more consistent team. The Knicks, they're one bad losing streak away from falling down into a low
Right,
seed. So,
right.
there's no guarantees in this league. The East is pretty much, I just heard an ad for ESPN, a little
Mm.
YouTube ad earlier today before the show,
What's
saying
that?
how like they use the verbiage that the Eastern Conference is wide open. That's an ESPN ad, and like yeah, like that's how it's viewed. Like it is not a lock, as we were looking at it at the beginning of the year with the Knicks, to where
I
oh
never.
they're the
I
best
mean,
team
the
in the
Knicks.
East.
Knicks should never be considered a lock for anything. And
They
like I said
were
that
though,
earlier.
Dub. They were. They
No, but I
were. A couple of
disagreed
months
at the
ago,
time.
they were.
I never
They
agreed
were the
with it.
best
I
team in the
said
East. Well, you were
that
right, but you were of the few that
the
thought
Knicks,
that way. I
the
thought the
Knicks,
Knicks were the best.
the Knicks are not a team that handles prosperity well. They do everything difficultly. They do everything difficult. They've always been like that from now till now, from then till now. And there's know, and then you watch and you look at the Celtics, the job they've done without Tatum, and that has nothing to do with the Knicks. But for us as Knicks fans
Mm.
to feel like we're entitled to anything because this guy's hurt or this guy's, we don't have no right. We have a lot more to earn, and the fact that we beat the Pistons last year, it's scary. And I remember talking about the Pistons series the year we both were scared of them a little bit. You
No
were too.
doubt.
We're like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
this
Hmm.
team right here. So like them coming back next year, and we beat them. We dispatched them in 6 in a tough game 6. We beat them in their building. You know they ate that nasty food and took it and remembered it. And for us to just dismiss them and everyone else, I think it's kind of like arrogant, and it's real New Yorkish, and
No, yeah, no doubt
so
about it. I mean, listen, the proof is in the pudding. There's something wrong with the Knicks, and I've been saying it for a while now. I made
yeah, yeah,
short
yeah.
videos on it. I think a move is
Um,
necessary.
there is something. There's another soundbite I want you to get. This is very. I don't think you've heard it, but it lends credence to what you just said. Mikal Bridges last night, after he had 30 something last night, season high, he had a soundbite and he was talking about himself and his self awareness. It's from last night, I believe.
I was trying to find it.
Please, Maddie, it's really like whoa. I heard it this morning on Sirius XM, and Bridges was talking, and Bridges' name has swirled into everything as far as the coaching and Thibodeau and the minutes and the streak and him being 5 draft picks. Bridges' name has been in all of it.
Was it a post game?
Yes, post game after the game. Yes,
Okay.
last night after they won. Who did they play? He had 30. He had a big game.
Yeah, he went
He had
on
the
like an
best game of the
11-0
season.
run.
Yeah, he went off last night. Or last night, was it, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson wasn't feeling well. Was battling an illness, and
Right.
Mikhail, carried the boat.
Yeah, if you get that soundbite, it wasn't that long. His name is in every possible trade rumor, and he knows it. His friends are calling him. Everyone's telling, even if he doesn't go on the net, they're calling him. They're texting him. You're gonna go to Portland, bro? What we're hearing now, you don't know what they're saying to him. Yeah, he had 30 last night at Toronto, right? Big win.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I have the sound, but it's just for some reason not loading right now.
Take your time. So now, guys, we talked about a possible trade for Giannis. We talked about Mikal Bridges. We talked about Carl. We didn't talk about Karl Anthony Towns today, but he's always the elephant in the room. We talk about who we can't afford to lose, like Maddie saying, Josh Hart, no, or some people say OG, no, But we're gonna have to trade guys that we like Miles McBride. Love Deuce McBride. But we were talking about Giannis, and 6 weeks ago, Matt and chat, we were asking, should we trade for Giannis?
Yes.
Is that something we would be interested in?
Right.
Now we gotta get him. It is so crazy. This is sports, though. This is not an indictment or an attack. This is just sports. The tides turn, but we live in the moment. But the pendulum swings so quickly because we were really talking about should we trade for Giannis? We could wait for all. Now we're looking at it like, hey, we have to get him because if the Heat get him, they're not going to let him go. If Steph and them get a hold of him, they're going to resign him. So now we're desperate a little bit. The Knicks window, their championship window, their best players are in their late 20s. Now they're 30s. They're in their peak ages in the league. The Knicks are in this, 2 or 3 year window. You got a new coach. Towns is getting criticized for everything. There's so much speculation. There's so much noise. What's wrong with the Knicks? Carmelo's talking about it. McGrady's on Peacock. Yeah, there's something wrong in that locker room, pointing it out. We all see it. Players only meetings. Damn, they're 9 games behind Detroit. Oh yeah, that shit is over.
They're 9 games back now?
Yeah. I didn't even realize it was that 8.5.
It's 9. That's crazy. That snuck up on me myself. That's insane. It is over. It's not even close.
No, it's not 9. It's not 9. I'm lying.
I was
Sorry.
about to say, like, what?
It's 5.5.
5.5.
Boston is 5.5. Yeah, Boston. My bad. My math. I'm blind. Yeah, Boston's 5.5.
All right,
But
I
like
think
you
I
said,
got the
they are
soundbite.
losing streak.
I think I
Yeah,
got
go
the
ahead, brother.
soundbite. All right, you ready for?
I
I'll
asked- yeah,
share it with
yeah.
you. Let me try this. Hold on. You don't have to mute your stuff. Let me just try this real quick. No, see, you
I
already
don't?
did. No. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
Okay.
don't do that. You should be able to see it in Discord now, okay?
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, you did the
Okay.
work.
Yeah. All right, make sure this is good. Okay, here we go, everybody.
Max glasses on.
No, I don't
Oh, I
have it.
think I just wasn't playing how I was supposed to be playing. I think I
No,
wasn't
it's just audio,
coachable
it's cool.
enough. I don't know what it was. Maybe I felt too much entitlement, but just had to kind of talk to myself a little bit about it and just be coachable, be the best team I can be, and then let basketball speak for itself.
You were
I think a
able to
lot
hear
of it
that,
comes
though?
from just not just shooting the ball. I think I just wasn't playing how I was
I'm not
supposed to be
hearing
playing.
you.
I
It's
think I
okay.
wasn't coachable enough.
Oh, you're not hearing it?
No.
All right, I'll do it the other way. That's fine. Hold on. I won't share it. I'm not sure why you're not hearing it, but sorry. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'll mute you right now. Okay.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I felt too much entitlement, but just had to kind of talk to myself a little bit about it and just be coachable, be the best team I can be, and then let basketball speak for itself. I think a lot of it comes from just not just shooting the ball. I think I just wasn't playing how I was supposed to be playing. I think I wasn't coachable enough. I don't know what it was. Maybe I felt too much entitlement, but just had to kind of talk to myself a little bit about it and just be coachable, be the best team I can be, and then let basketball speak for itself.
That's interesting.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. I didn't hear about that, didn't see that. And yeah,
Maybe a little too late.
maybe a little
But-
too late.
Something that we all needed to hear, just giving us, a little insight. The fans are left out. But it definitely, it opened up it gave us a lot of answers, in my opinion. There was something going on, like you said. But him talking about not being coachable, him talking about entitlement. Mikal Bridges is a very interesting player, Maddie. This guy's in the middle of a streak. We talk about streaks, and we know how hard streaks are to maintain and the sacrifice that comes with it. But I think it hurts him, his game. This guy plays 35 minutes. It's not like he's playing 20 minutes a night. He's in this 8-year streak where he's played every single game of his NBA career, guys. Whatever it is at this point. Mikal has been a very interesting player. He started his career with Phoenix. He was traded from his hometown Sixers on draft day to Phoenix. He played in NBA Finals. he became part of the Durant deal. So automatically that gave him certification that he was a player in the league. When you get traded for KD, you're the centerpiece of the KD trade. And then he was traded for 5 first-round picks to the Knicks. So he knows what it is to get traded, brother. He is in a place, though, he probably doesn't want to leave. He's right near his hometown. He's with all his friends. He's been in New York now for, 6 years now? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Being across the river in our good old Brooklyn. I mean, I like Mikal. We all like Mikal. You like Mikal. But he's going to be gone. I'm letting you guys know that. Knicks fans know that. I don't know, Matt.
Well, Taskmaster in the comments, he's like, heck yeah, let the basketball talk for itself. I agree, but like Dubby said, it's a little bit too late, maybe.
It might be too late. Yeah.
And you're right. And listen, if Giannis is coming to New York, you have to believe that either OG, Mikal Bridges,
And
definitely
how we feel about
Cat,
OG.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, Dub, I'm probably willing to let him go. If it meant that
Not
Giannis,
both of them, you need to keep one of them. We talked about that.
I guess so. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that, to be honest with
Mitchell
you.
Robinson would be in the Giannis deal.
No, you can't.
But you can't play them together.
You can't play them together either. Maybe. I don't know. I
How
don't necessarily
much
always
is
agree
Mitch
with that
gonna
either.
play?
But you're right. I don't necessarily agree with that. It doesn't have to be the case.
With Giannis is not a good jump shooter.
That
And
doesn't
then Mitch
mean
there's no space. No, but I'm saying there's no spacing, though, bro.
I know, but that's modern day basketball. That doesn't necessarily mean that's
We need
how
spacing.
it needs.
I love
disagree.
Mitch.
I don't think that's the way the game needs to be played.
So you're gonna play them together on the court? You're gonna play them 15 minutes together on the playoff game, 13 minutes together?
Yes, it's a pick and roll offense. It's things like that.
Which one of them are rolling?
Not them and a Giannis, okay? By the way, it's certainly
No,
not Mitch.
They're not. I know they're not.
Yeah.
I'm saying, bro, man. Mitch needs. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I just disagree with that outlook. Like that, like two guys cannot play whatsoever on the floor together. Like that. That's just bad coaching. You have two able especially those two at the 5 and the 4 defensively.
Offensively, it doesn't work.
I don't care. That's not the point. Defensively, you're not going to score. Defensively, you're going to have a hard time. Defensively, every position but the point guard position, as long as Brunson's on the floor, it just got really scary for any offense that walks onto that court.
Bro, I hate to say it, but Mitch is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. Maybe minute for minute, the best rebounder in the NBA.
And could you imagine him at the 4? Or
at the 5 and Giannis at the 4.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, vice versa. Right.
Right. But the thing is, that's like, bro, first of all, they both were bad free throw shooters. Giannis probably 68, and Mitch forget about
it. Yeah, but people overlook that. I'm saying, it's...
but listen,
I want to see the product first, and then I'll judge it. That's just speculation. It's just speculation. That's not true.
All right, no. We're going to talk about other possibilities. But you're going to get 13 minutes, 14 minutes from Mitch. And that ain't shit. That ain't worth keeping.
But I disagree with that. You don't need to, that doesn't need to be the case. It doesn't need to be the case. Why can't he play 23 minutes? Why can't he? Like, that makes no sense to me. It's just, I at that point, I just think it's
because him and Giannis would probably have to be on the court. Say Giannis is playing 34 minutes a night. Just honest number, because in playoffs it'll be 39. Right?
Yeah.
He'll be playing 38 minutes. So then you got 10 more minutes. That's 10 minutes on the court for Mitch, and then you're gonna have to play 10 minutes with him, 10 minutes with them together. You like that? A whole quarter of them together? I don't like it.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna judge it. That's the thing. Until I see it.
You can't change your mind.
Sure. Listen,
You're gonna go.
listen. My whole thing is
That's
they're
if you're gonna go
not
into the playoffs.
they're not winning a championship with this team as constructed.
And if they make the trade, they're not gonna win the championship either. Correct?
I didn't know. I never said that.
So
Never
we're
said that.
we're talking
Getting
the premise
for
that
me,
they make the
getting
trade,
Giannis
yes.
is the best possibility at them winning a championship.
Okay, so let's talk
Yeah.
a hypothetical, which I hate, but let's talk this hypothetical that they make the trade. That's what we're that premise.
Yeah.
So you said they can if they make the deal.
hmm Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So that would take time to put the team together. As you make a deal by the deadline, February, March, April, May, you start putting the team together, which can be done.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll be ready to go by the playoffs. It's plenty of time to gel and find, and you're talking about a Giannis. It's not like it's anybody. My only concern is that he's injured.
The whole offense
You know,
changes.
That's
It takes a
okay.
minute for
That's
this team to
fine. I
gel.
know. That's everybody's concern. Sometimes you got to make that move.
I'm not saying don't make
You
the
know,
move. I'm just saying what is
I
the move going to be?
listen.
That matters.
It does, but like realistically, what? All right, Deuce McBride, Cat is gone.
Yes. Okay, right.
Cat is gone. That let's just throw that out the window. Cat is gone. McBride, throw him in there, and it's one of them. It's either OG or McHale. I'm
Right.
sorry if you're asking for more.
All right. Thank
There's
you,
no.
Matt.
If you're asking for more than that, that's kind of insane. And
We need picks.
I'd
We don't
much
have them. The
rather.
Warriors got
I'd much rather give up McHale. And based on like that little soundbite, makes me think that he is going to get moved.
right, and he's starting to
You know,
realize that he's trying
right.
to, stay. But if OG's the deal breaker and they want OG instead of McHale, I'll do it too.
Oh,
Agreed.
sure.
Right.
No doubt about that. Especially because
Right,
McHale is
agreed.
still, come
But
playoff
bro,
time, Bridge is going to be good.
that is what, in general, most of us, the consensus of Knicks fans, those are the three guys. We'll give you those, whatever picks, those three guys, no more, no Hart, no both Bridges and Anobi.
Here's the
No,
thing,
no,
like
no, no Mitch,
I
no,
really
no, no.
believe in like Kolek. I really believe in some of these
I
guys.
know.
Like
You have
like
to.
if McBride is gone, Kolek gets more
Kolek and
minutes.
Shamet gotta take it up
Right,
another
like
notch.
right, like that to me is very good. And I would love to see what Kolek and Brunson could do on the floor together
The thing
at
about
times.
Kolek, though,
you know.
he is inferior defender compared to Deuce McBride. Offensively, he can do the same shit. He can be effective. Not the same game, but they're both effective offensively, no question.
He's a
But
hustle guy,
defensively,
though. He's a hustle guy. Again,
passing lanes. He can get in passing lanes, get stealings, and that will make up for a lot. But at the end of the day, one-on-one, on the court, holding these guards in the league, they eat him up.
Yeah. But at the
You're gonna
same
be
time, we
defending-
can score with the best of them too. So, and then listen, that might change when you have a Giannis and a Mitch standing in your way.
Honestly, a Giannis deal would probably facilitate the acquisition of Drew Holiday. That's what the rumors are saying. So it would change. We have to see what the deal is going to be because that is part of. We're talking about a 3 and a 4-way deal. Portland might be involved. We're hearing rumors of an Orlando maybe involved or any other fourth team who wants to dump Cat or will do whatever they're going to do. But there would definitely be another guy, and they were talking about Drew Holiday would be the guy, so he can come in with like a caddy almost, a guy he knows, kind of like when Melo came into New York with Billups with him.
Right.
So, like I said, we're gonna have to wait and see. There's a lot of speculation right now. I don't want to be going back and forth about, we need more too, so we can.
No, but listen,
really
it's a good discussion, and listen, the rumors are heating up. When is the trade deadline up? I think it's next week, Thursday.
Next week, Thursday, right?
Right.
Shit.
Next week, Thursday. So,
before the
right, and, we're gonna
middle of February, Valentine's Day-ish.
we're gonna get hit with this news. It's gonna be wild. One thing's for sure, I do think he's getting moved. That's it. Like, I think it's happening. I'd be very, very surprised if Giannis didn't get moved at this point. So, we'll see. Hopefully it's with my Knicks. I do have one more closer.
Me too.
And then I want to get out of here. So, all right, you shoot first. You shoot
wanna
first.
go first? All
No,
right.
you
So
go
we're still on the NBA a little bit up the road to Boston. I have a question for you. Your opinion as an independent observer.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum, quick healing. He's healing. Should he try to come back to the playoffs?
Yes. Yes, if he thinks he's capable and he can do it, yes, absolutely. You don't know how many chances you're gonna have. And listen, Boston is still a very good team. If Tatum was healthy and he was here, they would probably be in contention for the first seed.
They have the same record as the Knicks right now, right?
Right. So yes, you go for it, man. How many other chances are you gonna get in your career to win a championship? Go for it. The East is open. If he thinks he's healthy, then sure.
I think with the injury, and I was thinking about it hard. That's why I wanted to ask you. I really was tossing it around. But with that injury and the way Jaylen Brown is playing, and once again, we talked about meshing the team. Even though he's been there before, it's going to change a lot of things.
Yeah, but Dub, you're not winning it just with Jaylen Brown.
No, you're right. But they're not going to win it if he comes in there off the injury. It's going to take a little bit.
Again, I don't know about that. I can't say that for certain. I would disagree with you. I would disagree with you.
I think he should take his time. I don't think it's worth it to go see, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if it'll work. Right now, what they're doing is what they're doing. And right now, Kendrick Perkins called Jaylen Brown the other day, the best two-way player in the league, averaging 29.5 points a night, perimeter defender extraordinaire. Let him do his shit. Get healed up, Jason. Get confidence in the Achilles. It's the most brutal injury in sports. You don't have to do that, but I'm hearing that it might happen, Maddie. So you said he should. I think he shouldn't. That's my last one. We'll see.
I'm gonna mark it down. I'm gonna mark it down for the show. Do you think Jason Tatum comes back?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
I don't know if he will. He shouldn't, though. He really shouldn't. I think he should sit it out. He got hurt in June almost. The Achilles.
Yeah.
So it'll be, 10 months? Yeah, about 10 months.
You don't think he's coming back?
Yeah, I think he might.
Yep. I'm going to say yes.
I heard that. But do I think he should? No. So there's that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes and no.
All right.
I like what Jaylen's doing a lot. Leave him alone.
Do you think they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals if he comes back?
I think they have a better chance.
But yes or no? Yes or no? I'm marking it down so we reference it. If he comes back, do they make the Eastern Conference Finals? Not win it, but do they make the Eastern Conference Finals?
Maddie, I'm going to go on a limb and say they're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals regardless.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Unless Giannis comes to the Knicks.
Yeah.
The Celtics beat the Knicks in the second round. Can you ask me after the deadline?
Yeah, maybe. No, I'm not going to.
We're going to do a lot of shows, man.
Yeah.
What is the deadline before the Super Bowl? We're going to do our shows,
next
man.
Week, Thursday. Oh, no, that's
a great show.
Yeah.
No,
it is next
right.
week. Yeah, it is next week, Thursday. Yeah.
You're right, my friend. That would be a great. Yeah, we're going to get these shows in.
Yeah, we might have to do a deadline show, too. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's about it for us tonight. I do want to just reflect on our earlier topic on the show because I forgot a soundbite that I had. Also, I have just an honorable mention as a standout athlete of the show. I'll just mention that towards the end there. But I wanted to go back to the Bill Belichick conversation because that's what dominated the first half of this show, and I had a soundbite that I really wanted to come back to, and that was Tom Brady's comments about Bill Belichick, Hall of Fame snub. So I will definitely, had to get, Tom Brady's reaction, especially because a large part of our conversation consisted about whether or not Tom Brady's going to get elected into the Hall of Fame in the first year himself.
Right.
So, it's totally relevant and necessary. So here you go. Here's that soundbite for you.
And I was with them every day if he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said. There's nothing outside of that. You know, again, when it comes down to votes and, you know, popularity and all that, like, you know, then welcome to the world of voting, and you may as well go, you know, try out for the Oscars or whatever and, you know, get a big panel to tell you if you're good or not. So it's the way it works. And unfortunately, you know, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame. In the end, I'm not worried about that. I don't understand it. I mean, I was with them every day. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said. There's nothing outside of that. You know, again, when it comes down to votes and, you know, popularity and all that, like, you know, then welcome to the world of voting, and you may as well go, you know, try out for the Oscars or whatever. And
yeah, all right. There you go. Thoughts, Dub?
He's worried about his own shit.
Okay.
You hear me, Matt?
Yeah, I did. So you think he's more concerned about himself more than that? Because I mean, clearly he mentions that Bill. You know, he doesn't think he's not worried about Bill getting into the Hall of Fame. So he definitely thinks I'm a little worried about it. Actually, I'm a little worried.
He has to say that because then he would have to worry about himself. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
If they Barry Bonds them.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I know we're supposed to get out of here, but we're hearing these conspiracies about Bill Polian and Robert Kraft is behind the scenes spearheading the Belichick snub. You know, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, but Polian. Oh, see, so Polian was in charge of the Colts, and they were one of the teams greatly affected by Spygate, and now he's in charge of these committees as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned. And he's got a lot of influence. He's like the what's the name of that? He reminds me of that congressman out in Kentucky, the old man. He's not there no more. You know what I'm talking about? The Kentucky one.
Oh, I don't know.
The House rep. What's his name? That's who Polian reminds me of, though. He's like that guy. Like, he has a lot of influence over the committee, and and there's motive to have an axe to grind with Bill.
Mm.
So,
yeah. Well, again, very interesting. You know, that whole discussion, and you know, I just don't see it. I understand, you know, that he played a huge role in Spygate, Deflategate, the whole nine, but I don't think it was enough to really bar him for the Hall of Fame. But hey, you know, they're making an example out of him, and it's just interesting to me to see, you know, Brady's comments and whether or not he'll get in, you know, in the future as well. To close out the show, I, you know, trying to start maybe a new little segment here. Just want to highlight a certain athlete, certain performance, anything of the like, something that's noteworthy. If you didn't get a chance, okay, a couple of days ago, on Netflix Live, you know, was one of the most entertaining and gut-wrenching performances of all time that was live. You know, as long as you have a Netflix subscription. Actually, according to my brother, it was live on YouTube as well. Alex Honnold, if you don't know, is one of the greatest free soloists in the world. And if you don't know what that term means, it is a person who climbs without any assistance, without any rope, any type of gear. It's just him, his shoes, his chalk, and the wall. A lot of times, you know, he's climbing mountains, he's climbing, you know, sheer granite, you know, walls, most notably in Yosemite Valley and El Capitan, where he, is most famously known for his documentary, A Free Solo. Are we disconnecting? Did we just drop?
You did. We back though.
I'm back. I'm good. Okay. I wonder if the stream dropped on that.
No, the stream. No,
Reconnection is successful. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little connection issue on my end, actually. It's interesting. But if you haven't heard, okay, and you haven't checked it out, go to Netflix. You can watch it. All right. Alex Honnold climbed Taipei 101. It's one of the largest buildings in the world. Okay, 101 floors, not including the spire that he needed to climb up. That definitely added to it. Dub, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. I watched it live. I've recommended it to quite a few people. For those that know Alex Honnold, they know that this was relatively an easy climb for him, which is saying something.
Is he a mountain climber?
What happened?
But what does he do? Is he a mountain climber usually?
Yeah, he's
Or
a
is he
rock.
always
He is a rock climber. He's known for free soloing mountains, which means
So he's done K2?
no. But he has done similar mountains of a sort, but in a very much different fashion. Again, to the point where it's not just hiking or climbing up the mountain, through assistance of rope and things
Wait a
like
minute, you
that.
said he did it with no ropes? He climbed the building with no rope?
Yeah, he
with his
climbed.
hands?
Yes, he climbed this building with absolutely no rope, no assistance, nothing. Yeah, you need to go watch it.
I will. He's insane.
Yes, in layman's terms, sure. There's also a free solo, a documentary called Free Solo on Netflix as well. You can catch where, just for reference, this building that he climbed in Taiwan. Okay, it's called Taipei 101.
I seen the building. Man.
All right, the building. Okay, the mountain that he's most famously, or the granite wall that he's most famously known for climbing, in the Yosemite Valley, El Cap. Okay, it's twice the size of this 101 floor building, Dub.
No.
Okay, and he did that with no rope and nothing, no water, by the way. Guy's up there for hours. And also for perspective, he climbed Taipei 101 in an hour and 40 minutes, I believe it was. Okay? So he's done a granite wall that's twice the size of that in probably 3-4 hours. I forget what the time that he had. But I just want to give a shout out and show you guys a little video clip of him actually climbing Taipei 101. I have that. If you haven't got a chance, go check it out. It's on Netflix. There's on. Alex is the best. He's got a couple of kids. He's been around for a long time.
He's got kids and he's climbing.
Yes, which he's been under fire for a lot. But you got to understand, and
You're gonna go climb the building, bro.
He's done many. Well, listen, I do a lot of dangerous hiking as is, so which is questionable. But I'm not climbing no damn buildings with no rope. That's for sure.
No harness. There's no help.
No, and this was live on Netflix, so we could have watched a man fall to his death. But again,
that's what viewership.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But you gotta watch it because it's hilarious. It's hilarious how nonchalant. It's hilarious how nonchalant he was about it. Dumb. Like that's like he stops at some points and like gets on landing. He's just like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Like, how's everything?" It was like, "What, dude?" I've watched videos, Dub, of people trying to do the first move to get up on top of the first landing, and your amateur climber can't even do that. It's that difficult of a move. But for him, no problem. So here's a little sneak peek into Alex Honnold soloing Taipei 101.
Bold, start cold. Okay, team. Hope somebody's starting my timer for me. Anybody ever gonna start my music? Or are we chilling? Can you see the people inside, Brett? What a crazy scene. Dude,
This feels
what
like
a
a
vibe.
really...
Like this next one is a bunch of oversight kids standing in the window frame. Oh, I was gonna give him a high five, but he won't high five. They're too busy taking pictures. Kids these days on their phones.
Or that thingy.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I can see you. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty surreal to have everywhere I look, I see people watching.
Yeah,
I suppose you can't see it, but the view up here is incredible. James, I don't know if you can hear me,
famously
but I lost music and
No,
don't have
they never
gloves
use
or anything.
gloves.
It's just, you might as well just be climbing with me. Does it still count if I
There we
grab your
go.
ankles? I'm gonna try to clean my shoes and my fingers a little. Do you see the size? V2 in my gym. Yeah, my headset said, should I like swap it or do anything? There are a lot of very psyched Googlers. The Google floor is so psyched, it's crazy. James, you guys want to put my tunes back on?
Sort of
Folks in front of me have a
adrenaline
sign that
piece?
says, aim high and find a way. I'll do my best. This little girl climbing like right in front of me in the window. It's windy. Wow. The observation deck is going off. I think my communications may be dead, but
And I quote,
this is freaking incredible. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I can't hear you guys anymore. Maybe I got too high. But I'm so psyched. I did get very pumped.
Alex,
okay,
let's go.
See you guys on the top. Now I'm gonna jump over the crane.
All the
Never been
bamboo
more excited to
boxes?
climb over a security camera. This is the technical slab climbing crux of the whole mountain. You know what? I'm kind of tired. Ready for some canvassing? Sick. Be bold, start cold. Okay.
Ay.
Why is that legal? Why did they let him do it?
So there's a lot of discussion on that, a lot of legal parameters. Again, perspective is key. They let him do this, and mind you, he made like $500,000. Netflix like paid him $500,000 for it, which he was publicly announced that was an embarrassing amount of money for what he did, and not that he was upset about it. He would have done it for free as long as they let him. They let him do it because, for one, you got to remember his ability to climb is unmatched. You know,
He's the best.
You know, he's the best in his field, right? Like, or he's one of the best. There's other free soloists that don't get as much notoriety as him.
If he falls and dies.
But that's the thing. They were super confident that just would not happen. And they were right.
That would have been a bad look.
They were just super confident. And here's the reason why. Because if you look at this, I'll just show you this one image right here. And this is early on in the climb. This is like a couple, if not one or two, maybe like a couple of stories up. That landing for him, he can literally just stand there and relax, or sit there and relax. For him, that's nothing. Like, that's a lot of room to now just sit and rest on. If he ever felt like he was in danger, there was a lot of sections of the climb that he could have gone off and just, and been rescued. So there was a lot of understanding between the production team and him.
And he told him that too.
Right. And it's like, they were monitoring wind control the whole time. If the wind gusts at the top of the mountain, at the top of the building ever got too high, they would immediately abort mission and take him off. So there was a lot of parameters they were working with to ensure his safety. At the same time,
this extreme shit, man. Like,
right.
whoa,
At the same time, there was a lot of different landings in which he would get to a certain landing, and there was exit plans. So if he got to a certain landing and was too tired, okay, you know what? It's done. Knowing him,
how long did it take him to do it? About a couple hours.
I told you before, it was 1 hour and 40. Yeah. So I did a little over under with Dorothy, and my prediction was 1 hour and 15. So he actually went a little over in that. So I was overconfident in his ability, or I may have just miscalculated in terms of height. But I knew I knew what he was capable of. So it's really amazing. You gotta check it out, man. It's a great. It's a fun little, live. And then, if you really want to get intense and understand Alex Honnold and see his true ability and what he's about, you got to check out Free Solo on Netflix as well. And, to the viewers, I highly recommend it. He's the reason I got into rock climbing. having watched this recent stream, I really want to get back into it and then get back to the gym and get back to climbing because I loved it so much. I did it for years, and I just, when I moved out here, further out in Queens, I kind of moved away from the rock climbing gym that I was a member to, and I just stopped going, for whatever reason, and took up, other, health hobbies. So, I think for me that would be really cool to get back into. I know there's a nice gym out in Long Island that I can hit. It's not too bad of a commute for me, but yeah. Just an amazing athlete, amazing guy. He's also done a lot of non-for-profit stuff, a lot of research. He's just a really amazing individual. He's an advocate for national parks. He's been outspoken against Trump and this administration for dismantling, a lot of the national parks and just taking away a lot of what we built for climate change, things like that. He's gone into third world countries and provided solar panels and provided housing and provided, water, for certain areas. So, he has a foundation that you can donate to. It's called the Alex Honnold Foundation. Just a really incredible individual that deserves, the notoriety there. So,
No doubt.
kudos to Alex Honnold. He is the featured athlete of the show. And that's it. All right, that's it for tonight's stream, everybody. That's the end of episode 57. All right, it went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but you know what? It was necessary. It was worth it. I'm glad that you stuck around, that you joined us. Thank you for those that are joining us live. I know towards the end we did have a little technical difficulties. I don't think that
it was quick.
I don't think that damaged my recording stuff. We'll see, though. Hopefully not. But again, everybody, keep showing up as always. I appreciate it. Dub, any closing comments for the people?
I'm good. We're good, man. I'm good tonight.
Well,
we're gonna do a couple of. We're just gonna let you guys know. Like we're gonna do a couple of shows. We're planning on doing a couple of shows before the Super Bowl. We're gonna do these little quick bursts. We're going to get more into the game because you got so much time in between the game. We still got 13 more days. What, Matt, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's Thursday night. Now it's Friday morning.
Indeed.
Yeah, so we got 8 days, and hopefully we get a couple of shows, Maddie. We'd love that. Have a couple of guests. We're going to invite a couple of correspondents, and we're going to get it on, man. Epis Radio 2026.
Absolutely. And listen, if you are interested about coming on for a future show, please hit me up, hit me or Dub up. You could DM us on Instagram, and we'll happily field your your request and see if we can get you on. If you don't want to join up on camera, you could join up in the comments. You could join up on audio, whatever it is.
That's whatever. All right. Whatever you want to
do. You can maybe have a call into the show. We could play it during one of our lives. You have a question, whatever it is you want to do. All right, you got questions? Email me, mbenedetti1992@gmail.com or Instagram, Epis Benedetti. Hit me up on the DM. All right, Task, I see you, man. Have a good night, bro. Thank you for sticking around tonight. Appreciate you as always. Everybody, have a beautiful end to your week. A happy Friday, a beautiful weekend. Those that are, on the East Coast, let's hope and pray that we don't get hit with another crazy snowstorm as it looks like we might this Sunday. But hopefully not. All right. And, hey, we'll be back.
I saw the Hudson River, bro.
What happened? Yeah, the Hudson River's icy, baby.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a hell of a winter. It's been nice. I enjoy it. I love the winter. So it's kind of interesting. It's a breath of fresh air. Finally, we got a real winter in New York. So, it's cool, man. So, everybody, have a beautiful night. All right. We'll check back with you soon. Episode 58. Join us. If you haven't done so, go check out some of our latest episodes. Go check out my latest Mental Monday. All right. Let me know what you think. All right. It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Sports Radio, W. Dubois. We will see you next time, everybody. Keep showing up.
been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead, picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company.
Don't you love that? It's one of my favorites.
That's the Asian guy. No, that's great.
Isn't it lovely?
That's great. You make you laugh a little bit. You can't go wrong.
All
with
right,
the ice
everybody.
cream, bro.
Keep showing up. Until next time.